Good morning, Jenna. It's Friday. This video, like the Stooges, comes to you in 3 parts. Part 1, a response to feminism. 1. I absolutely detest stupid and stubborn people. Feminism is not hard. You either believe that people are people and deserve to be respected as such, or you don't. If you do believe that people are people and should have their societal worth determined by the good product that they are able to produce, or that their qualifications should not be questioned, or that they should be treated differently based off of their gender, then congratulations, you're a feminist. If you don't believe that, whatever. I don't really care, as long as you don't end up being my boss or shooting me or someone I care about because we won't go on a date with you. I don't really care what you do with your life. Now 2, some people are like, but why do you have to say feminist? Like, there's so much taboo with that word. You're speaking about all people, come on. Wasn't that more egalitarian or humanitarian anyway? No, my handsome friend. They are not the same. The word feminism acknowledges that there is a problem with gender discrimination, specifically towards women, and that truth, like racism in America, makes people uncomfortable. But I am not afraid to make people uncomfortable with truth or with things that I care about. 3. I am more than willing to admit that there are crazy people out there that don the name feminist and just do random, not great crap and believe stupid things. I refer to them as feminazis. But much like most Muslims are not terrorists, and most Christians do not go on killing crusades in the name of Christ, feminazis do not truly represent the group whose name they've chosen to carry. Part 2 of the video, a plot twist. So last week I told you that I was going to go for a bioengineering major with a hopeful double major in computer science. That's not what happened. You are looking at the University of Pittsburgh newest computer engineer with a bioengineering minor. I can explain more later about what went into the decision if anybody cares, but I won't now. Overall, I'm still excited, and I still think that I'm going to be able to do what I want to do with this degree, and perhaps a little bit more than I was originally going to be able to do with bioengineering. Do I feel like a cop-out? A little. But not enough to care. So I think it was all the way back in vlog 1 where I referenced my impossible list, and I figured today would be a good day to go over it. I'll make a post in the Shenanigans joint blog that just is my impossible list, if anybody cares that much and wants to read it. Just as a brief explanation of what an impossible list is, it in many ways is similar to a bucket list, but at the same time it's a lot more effective. You basically break things up into categories, or you create your own categories so you can start creating these goals. And then within each category, you break up what you want to have done in that area of your life into bite-sized pieces. But at the same time, I have a lot of categories that I know that I'm not going to be able to achieve the objects in them within a reasonable amount of time, but at the same time, I have a lot of achievable goals. I like to keep it so that I have this section called current focuses, so I can just glance at that whenever I want. I would say the section that I change the most is my creative goals. Right now, I have like a written and drawing section with a bunch of sub things, and I have a dancing section. I want to learn how to swing and ballroom dance. I also have an instrument section. I want to learn how to play the cello, the mandolin. I own a harmonica. I don't really know how to play it that well. And you also know, Jenna, I can play like one song on the banjo. I'd like to expand that to multiple songs on the banjo. I also have a section called fun and insane goals, and I have stuff like be an astronaut, learn how to fence on a marginal level of skill, go skydiving, learn how to surf. But I also have this one section, and this was actually a little bit different than like the template that was given. But I called it Dreams Given because throughout my life, and I think throughout all of our lives, we're all given things that we are very passionate about. And while we have lots of reasons why that we're passionate about them, they're unique enough to us that they're gifts. I've always had this thing with fighting sex trafficking ever since I was probably in middle school and figured out that it was a thing. I've wanted to get involved in stopping it and going to those places and seeing those girls and guys. And right now, one of my goals that I'm working towards in college is being able to figure out a way to help healthcare infrastructures in developing countries. But yeah, I have a bunch of sections. If you're curious, go look at it. If you don't care, I don't care either. Jenna, I challenge you to make your own impossible list and give us a little update about how it's going next Monday. Have a good week, Jenna, and don't forget to be awesome.